Hello, everyone, old or new. It's me, Kalea, otherwise known as JSCP or Series Stars. I'm making this video to recap everything that's happened with this situation since October last year. I'll be honest and say I'm reading off a script, so there might be pauses here and there. Writing it down might help me organize my thoughts better. This video serves as an update since October and what the doc initially covered. The final video covering everything video was meant to be a comprehensive video, but this is probably going to be the last video covering the situation. There's probably going to be subliminal shots and diss tracks here and there, but as far as covering the situation, this should be it. This video will be divided into parts. I'll show timestamps on screen for wherever you want to jump to, I guess. If you're new or need a refresher, let me give you some background information about these people. They all go to my school. Reformed, known as Gingerbread OCR on TikTok, and formerly known as SILLYMATIONS on both platforms, has been queerphobic, catfished me with the help of SlimmyZR on Redacted. Weeks later, proceeded to accuse me of grooming, which is a federal offense. I don't know why you would accuse a minor of a federal offense for, fame or whatever. He also accused me of racism using the catfishing persona and spread rumors in my school. I was oblivious to a lot of this until last October. He also allegedly harassed girls inappropriately, according to someone who I won't say is my friend, but I know on Discord. I also know them IRL, so. SlimmyZR, known as this on TikTok, has helped SILLYMATIONS catfish me, talk shit about me, and defended his cousin who told me to kill myself, plus was acting transphobic and dead-naming me. He also defended someone who called me autistic for being what I would say a weird kid. No disrespect to autistic people, though. I'm friends with some neurodivergent people. When I tried to move on from the allegations in around September, I think he just spread it further. And when I made my original video on this topic, he tried to silence me by saying he was going to cancel me. And I didn't want that because my subscribers were my only family for a really long time. He gave a shitty apology with Redacted once I found out the catfishing persona was SILLYMATIONS. And they helped him. Speaking of which, Keys or Mizanik or whatever the fuck has sent me NSFW BFDI content without consent. Not really much to say about him, but he was really defending Slimy and Silly constantly for what they did. That's really much all I have to say about them, other than the fact that he said he never wanted to be my friend, so it was probably a fake friend or something. And as I told you before, he also gave the half-assed apology, so. After Mizanik and Slimy gave me the half-assed apology, I then posted about it, explaining the gaslight and manipulation tactics used. I will now read it to you. Dear Kalea, please listen, don't crush this up, please. Me and Josh sincerely apologize for the situation with the fake accounts and everything. But here's the thing. Me and Slimy are sorry for doing that to you. We are your friends, but you don't have to talk to us. SILLYMATIONS was so up on exposing you, but we didn't want to. If anything, we were basically forced to. We didn't mean to hurt you, nor be disrespectful to you. We're happy for what you are. Even though you're non-binary, that doesn't change the fact that we're your friends. So please forgive us. You don't have to forgive us. Forgive me if I'm stuttering, by the way, again. They then attempted to lie to me in the comments, so I ignored it. A little bit after this, Redacted posted another half-assed apology that I didn't like, so I posted my response to it. He then asked if we were going to be friends again, and I got angry it wasn't getting into his head, so I said in the most quote-unquote mean way possible that I did not want to be friends. He at first understood this in the deleted post, but a couple hours after, him and Slimy posted pretty much the same thing. They both said they hated me and were disgusted with me for not accepting the apology. I eventually ended up hiding them from my channel and taking a break on YouTube. When I got my thoughts together, I made the call-out document I linked in the description or the comments. I then later apologized simultaneously, saying it was out of anger. I genuinely doubt that, because if they were saying it out of anger, why did they agree so easily if they weren't thinking straight? There were a couple subliminal shots here and there. I got to work on a final video covering the controversy. When I called him out for viewing my post because a friend told me, Silly then made a community post for the first time in months. I wasted absolutely zero time making a video. It was originally going to be me talking like I am now, but since Silly was posting, I felt like I had to make it quick, so yeah. Slimy then made a long Rambo post after the video was uploaded. I don't want to comment on any of the suicide stuff because most of my friends are sure this is a manipulation tactic. I'm still not entirely sure, but I won't speak on it regardless. I made a video with the updated document because I just found about the harassment allegations against Silly. And I dropped a diss track, but it high-key sucked. Silly deleted or privatized all his videos and would then go on to make several posts saying that he never did any of the things I called him out for, saying I was lying about being a victim, like saying he never licked my age, he was never transphobic, also claimed I was stalking him. I later released another diss track. He would then proceed to make a call-out document on me, or his quote-unquote response. I did at first, but I'm assuming after a couple weeks he figured out how to make it public. The document is gone now, but I have an archive of it in a archive folder I linked in the comments or description. But what he basically said is that I was lying, was harassing friend groups, and that he did it all because I was quote-unquote a jerk, meaning he thought he was justified for what I quote-unquote did. He also narrowed things down, like never admitting he catfished me or made a suicide joke. It's crazy he's still trying to call me out for something after literally all the trouble that's actually brought him. My response to this document is linked in the description or comments too. He knows this is just what I know and still made the doc anyway. A couple of days after I released my response document, Silly would then go on to post an apology. He states later that he deleted it because he thought I quote-unquote wouldn't receive it in time. But as I'm showing you, the post is clearly not expiring. Clearly had enough time to see the post. We all had enough time to see the post. In fact, I was literally in my home country, so I was lucky I was able to see it because it was daytime. He also tried to lessen the blame on him by saying a person who I'll also call S pitched him the idea, although that's not true. Silly is making an attempt to return to YouTube under a new name, Reformed, to show like how he's changed and stuff. I made an update to the doc saying why he shouldn't do this, and he then proceeded to call my trauma, he knows I'm traumatized by a lot of it, by the way, a grudge. This shit is anything but a grudge. This is me trying to be honest and defend myself, plus others. He also used My Little Pony lessons, which, oh my gosh, that's like going off script here. Is, in all honesty, like, please, if you're like actually going to like say something like this to someone, don't use a show, specifically My Little Pony, out of all things, as an example. In around mid-September of this year, Silly revamped his original response doc into an apology doc. It's already made clear that I don't accept it nor believe it, but here's the thing. Silly said someone who will call S made him do this. I texted S personally and asked him about this. He then showed me evidence that he wasn't involved at all. Silly then removed all mentions of S from the document. He said his memory was foggy as an excuse, but Silly has mentioned S giving the idea since July. I've never known him for bad memory, and he remembers details about our time as friends that I forgot myself. So I highly doubt that he incorrectly remembered shit. He also downplayed a lot of stuff too. Link to my response document to that as well in the comments. A little while after this, I'm not gonna lie to you, I sent him a little email calling him an oldie hoe and a bitch. All three, Silly, Slimy, and Redacted, responded in a post saying that I was glazing and that I wasn't a victim.
They said that I don't know the half of it, even though I already know everything I need to know. They've had literally so many opportunities to come out in the past. I literally unblocked them all briefly in July for this exact reason. I'll still let them say whatever they want to say about me. Or to me. But in all honesty, they're just gonna either gatekeep or lie through others, so. Even if I were stupid and decided to be friends with them again, they still wouldn't tell me shit either way. Silly said that he was constantly trying to make things right, constantly trying to apologize, when he knows that's literally what I was doing back when I accidentally dated someone underage when I really didn't. He knows exactly how I felt too. And he didn't care. So then again, why should I care? Like maybe or maybe not, I am just as bad, but at least I'm not doing this for myself though, so. I'm really just doing this to cope and spread awareness. Like, who's saying I can't do both? It's really infuriating to me that they still want to lie and think I'm gullible enough to believe there's something else, but there's really nothing. This small part of the sentence is irrelevant, but Cyborg was spreading bullshit that I like kids. So me, obviously getting pissed off, since he blocked me on messages, I had to post telling him to fuck off. I had to tell the IR group not to comment about it. That's what I meant when I said don't get involved. Not that they had a part in it or whatever. They were the ones that made the rumor, though. They would again call my hate glaze or dragging. And Slimy said himself, says the one getting mad for saying you like kids when you know you don't. I fucking wanted to unalive myself because of this rumor. He knows that I wanted to unalive myself because of said rumor. A lot of my chances of making future friends got fucked up because of that rumor. I got harassed and bullied because of that rumor. I nearly lost the only family I had for years, my subscribers, because of that rumor that you guys started. I literally had to go to therapy. I get afraid as shit when somebody mentions the word groom around me. Like, what the fuck? Like, I nearly unalived myself. Again, of course I'd be mad. Like, what? If I were to do a bad and wrong thing to someone, I would let them quote-unquote drag it for as long as they want. Why? Because they were hurt. Your little group is actually so senseless on how victims work, it's actually insane. And literally, too, because he didn't know what a grooming victim was. And in a later post, Silly would go on to say I'm fatphobic and homophobic. I see where he's coming from on the fatphobic part. I'm not fatphobic, although I did call someone fat in one of my previous videos. And for the homophobic part, I have zero idea how he got to that at all. I have so many queer friends. I'm queer myself, and I literally called him out for it. Also, I don't know where to put this in the video, but Cyborg replied to Silly's email using his phone, I presume, and he sent this. This means that Silly is still openly okay with bullshit being spread around about me. And in his iMessage apology, he said he will step in and tell others what he did. Yes, Cyborg knows, but that doesn't change the fact that it isn't okay. On November 21st this year, Silly made a hopefully final update to his document. Not many thoughts on it other than a couple things I could maybe clear up. The entire thing was over 1 to half a year back, not 2. But it doesn't matter to me. I'm a personal believer that time isn't what fixes anything. Not everyone who was friends with me became an outcast. I literally would know this. He would know as well. Plus, he had a fuck ton of friends who, by the way, knew he was friends with me. I never said anything about his March apology because I never got to see it. No, I am not a great person, but I don't think I'm a bad person either, personally. He did enjoy it, at least before I exposed him, that is. And he lied about me being homophobic only 2 to 3 months ago, so... And that's all I had to say. Nothing changes. My thoughts on him are still the same, nothing changed, but then again, when does it ever? So yeah, that sums up my thoughts on the document. So I guess that's it for me for now. As you can figure from the title, I think these 3 don't deserve a second chance. They've done so many terrible and monstrous things, but that's just my take at the end of the day. I don't even want an apology now, to be honest, because they'll only apologize if it benefits them and or I'm saying something. they'll likely just blame it on anger, and that's very obviously far from the truth, except Slimy because he has anger issues, as stated previously. Like, seriously, they would have never apologized if I never posted any of this in the first place. At this point, I'll leave everything up to you guys. So, wrapping things up, if you may have been a victim of these three in the past, you can contact me on Discord or by this email. And we could, bond or something over call, maybe, I don't really know. But, yeah, that's it. Like always said, please don't harass anyone, stay safe.